Any difficulty anyone is having? Anyone is having any difficulty with regarding cockroach? Any doubts? Nothing? Good. Preeti ma'am, you need to give me the rights to share the video. Thank you. So we will talk about the earthworm. As far as earthworm is concerned, you know about the, you know, the animal kingdom wise how it is placed. So same thing. Earthworm. The scientific name of earthworm is Peritema. Just remember Peritema. It's more than enough. Okay. Phylum is Annelida. Class is Oligochaeta. Genus is Peritema. Species, it could be any. They have given a word Prostomia. Any species is okay. Okay. So you know that there are different classes of you know, annelids, of which oligochaeta जो है या oligochaeta, some people use the word oligochaeta, belongs to oligochaeta. Earthworm is a reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layer of the moist soil. We know the position where it's going to lay generally. So during the rainy seasons, especially, you can see these creepy creatures coming into areas which are wet. They require moist places for growth. During daytime, they live in burrows, making a boring and swallowing the soil. So basically, they are going to consume the soil. That is their food, I would say. Okay. Common earthworms are Ferritina and Lumbricus. These are the two different common earthworms which are found in India. Okay. So this is going to be the systematic position. When we talk about the morphology, look at it. How does it actually look like? Earthworms have a long, segmented, cylindrical body. We all have seen earthworms, but the earthworms that we have seen are of different, variety. They were thin, maroonish in color. Luckily or unluckily, you don't have the dissections of all these organisms. So, if you would have these, dissections, you would have actually seen an earthworm like this. ये actual में ऐसा इतना मोटा, thick earthworm हमें dissection के लिए मिलता था. Anyways, so earthworm have a long segmented cylindrical body. Number of segments are around 100 to 200. Okay, so almost 100 to 200 इतने ज़्यादा उसके segments होते हैं. Dorsal surface has a dark median mid-dorsal line along the longitudinal axis of the body. So here can you see this? ये वाला देखो बेटा, ये वाला देखो. You can see this. एक black color का line जा रहा है बिल्कुल center में से. It's moving up till like the end. You know? So this is going to be your mid-dorsal line. Okay? It's going to be a blood vessel basically. First segment is going to be called as periosteum or buccal segment. Buccal means even we have got a buccal cavity. Digestion chapter apna hua hai. We know buccal cavity is also called as oral cavity. You're also going to have a buccal segment, and that is going to be called as periosteum, a peristomium. Okay. Bear's mouth. It's also going to have a lobe called as prostomium, which covers the mouth. So ये देखो बेटा, यहाँ पर ये diagram में बहुत अच्छी तरह से दिख रहा है. This is your periosteum. और ये देखो, ये nose के जैसा जो poking वाला दिख रहा है, it looks like a nose. So this is going to be your prostomium. What is the function of prostomium? See, prostomium is sensory in function and is used to force open cracks in the soil into which the earthworm can crawl. So it's just like a poking organ, which will help in boring the soil by which they can move inside. ठीक है, तो उस poking organ को हम क्या कहते हैं? Prostomium. So prostomium के पीछे का जो segment है, just the one which is after the prostomium is peristomium. ठीक है, so pro means ahead, peri is at the back side over here. Got it? What are the key points to remember? What is prostomium? What is peristomium? Mid dorsal line black color का जो दिख रहा है वो क्या है? वो blood vessel है. ये 3 पॉइंट याद रखो. हाँ, 100 to 200 segments है. 4 important points. ठीक है? In mature worm, you can see segments 14 to 15 are covered by a dark band of glandular tissue called as clitellum. अब यहाँ पर देखो, ये दिख रहा है तुम्हें ये वाला, ये एक्चुअल फोटोग्राफ है, ये एक्चुअल फोटोग्राफ है. तो यहाँ पर एक थिक बैंड दिखाई दे रहा है तुम्हें. So this thick band is going to be made up of 14, 15, 16 segments, जिसके ऊपर ये कवरिंग आया है of glandular tissue. नाम से पता चलेगा glandular tissue is going to be associated with some or the other secretions. Correct? Gland है तो secrete करेगा कुछ secretion. So this particular band is going to be called as what? Clitellum. Important point. Body has 3 regions: pre-clitellar region, clitellar region, and post-clitellar. As simple as that. जहाँ पर clitellum है, that is clitellar region. उसके पहले वाला pre-clitellar, उसके बाद वाला post-clitellar. I don't think this is difficult to remember. Clitellar region कहाँ पर है? 14 to 16. मतलब 1 to 13 segments are pre-clitellar. And 16 के बाद वाला मतलब 17 onwards are post-clitellar. Correct? Yes. 4 pairs of spermatical apertures. 4 pairs of spermatical apertures are found on ventrolateral sides of intersegmental grooves, that is from the 5th to the 9th segment. Now, what exactly do you mean by this particular sentence? इससे क्या समझ में आता है? Spermatical apertures. नाम से पता चल रहा है spermatical. Ventrolateral, ventral and lateral side का जो junction है, वहां पर ये 4 spermatical apertures openings होते हैं. ठीक है? Yeah. What's your doubt? Some earthworms are bigger than others. Yeah. It doesn't matter. But always let it be a small earthworm or a very large earthworm. The segments could vary from 100 to 200. But from the 14, 15, 16 segment, always is going to be the clitellar region. Before that is going to be a pre, and 17 onwards, as I said. So it could be 70 to 100, 70 to 200. Okay? Got it? It doesn't matter. ठीक है? Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So that is going to be, no, beta, they would have male and female both, yeah, in the same, worm. Okay. So now what is going to happen? So अगर ये जो है 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, टेक्निकली तुम्हें 5 सेगमेंट्स दिखते हैं, लेकिन 4th and 5th के बीच में एक अपर्चर, 5th and 6th के बीच में सेकंड अपर्चर, 6th and 7th के बीच में थर्ड अपर्चर. ओके, गॉट इट? 7th and 8th के बीच में फोर्थ अपर्चर. ऐसे ना 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, like that way. So these apertures or these openings are between 5 and 6 first, 6 and 7 second, 7 and 8 third, 8 and 9 4. तो 4 apertures in 5 segments कैसे वो समझा? यहाँ पर क्वेश्चंस आते तो थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो जाते. Got it? Or else what I can do is do it in a very better way, because this needs to be known to you. यही क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और इधर ही लोग फिर पंगे करते हैं. ये देखो, show it to you all. For example, this is your four, and these are the 5 segments. Okay, so this is the 5th segment, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. Okay, अब ये apertures कहाँ पे है? तो ये apertures है ना इधर है, between 5th and 6th, 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th, 8th and 9th. समझा कैसे है ये? So it's going to be on the ventrolateral side. Got it? So technically it looks like something like this. So fifth segment, sixth segment, seventh segment, eighth segment, ninth segment. Okay, तो इन दोनों को मिलकर something like this. Similarly over here. Understood? Very clearly. So 5 segments and 4 apertures. ठीक है? This is what we have. A single female genital pore is present in the mid ventral line of the 14th segment. Mid dorsal line जो था वो अपना black color का था. No, I'll tell you what are they. I'll tell you what are they for. The these apertures का role आएगा बाद में. बताऊंगी. Female genital pore is present in the mid ventral line of the 14th segment. ये dorsal side है, ये ventral side. तो यहाँ पर आपको दिख रहा है बेटा फीमेल जेनाइटल अपर्चर, यहाँ पर एक सिंगल पोर है, ये देखो. एंड दिस इज द मेल जेनाइटल अपर्चर्स 4 है. करेक्ट? राइट? स्मॉल पोर्स प्लीज. करेक्ट? A pair of male genital pore is present on the ventrolateral sides of the 18th segment. Okay, male genital pore on the 18th segment. So spermatical openings किधर है? 5th to 9th. फीमेल जेनाइटल पोर कहाँ पर है? 14. मेल जेनाइटल पोर कहाँ पर है? 18. बेटा ये सारी चीजें नोट करके रखनी है, यही क्वेश्चंस आएंगे और कुछ नहीं पूछेंगे वो लोग अर्थवर्म में. They'll ask you that which structure is present in which segment. Okay, so peristomium is the first segment, prostomium is the protruding aperture. First point. Second point क्या हमने देखा था? 14, 15, 16 clitellum. Before that preclitellum, after that postclitellum. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th पे junctions पे 4 spermatic apertures, right? 14th segment पे female genital pore, 18th segment पे male genital pore. Okay, so please my dears, these are the key points. Yeah, it is always present on the 14th and 18th segment. Happen what way, the length doesn't matter, the segments matter. ठीक है? तो ये की पॉइंट्स आप लोगों ने नोट कर लिए बेटा. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th पे क्या है, 14th पे क्या है और 18th पे क्या है. ठीक है? Many minute nephridopores. Yeah, yes, and many minute nephridopores open on the body surface. अभी nephridium is associated with excretion. Correct? All segments except the first, last, and clitellum bear S-shaped setae embedded in the epidermal pits. Setae can be extended or retracted. The main function of setae is locomotion. Setae का मतलब है leg-like apertures. तो first में नहीं होते हैं, last में नहीं होते हैं, और clitellar region में नहीं होते हैं. Otherwise, entire जितने भी segments है ना, they'll be having setae present in the epidermal pits. Pits मतलब again small pores. So they'll be like extending outwards. दिखते नहीं है, हमें लगता है कि earthworm को legs नहीं है. But minute तो they बिल्कुल छोटे, which help in locomotion. Then we come to the body wall. It's composed of cuticle, outermost thin non-cellular. Okay, no cells are present. Epidermis made up of a single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretory gland cells. So you know what is columnar epithelial cells. You know what are glandular cells. Okay. Muscle layer, as the name says, muscle layer means muscles are going to be present. Two types of muscles will be present, circular and longitudinal. जैसे हमारे एलिमेंट्री कैनाल में होता है सर्कुलर एंड लॉन्जिट्यूडनल, वैसे ही इनका भी पूरे बॉडी में सर्कुलर एंड longitudinal muscles present. Coelomic epithelium. Coelomic means cavity. So जैसे अपने mucosa lines the cavity or the lumen, वैसे ही the epithelium will line the coelom, body cavity, innermost. So you can see over here, see ये cross section लिया है उन्होंने. So you can see very clearly longitudinal muscles, the circular muscles, the epidermis. This is the cuticle. This is the coelom or the cavity. ठीक है? Important points सिर्फ याद करना, ज़्यादा कुछ टेंशन नहीं लेना. Digestive system. A straight alimentary canal extends from the first to the last segment. It has mouth, जैसे अपना है, followed by buccal cavity. Now to make the things easier and simpler, ये देखो, buccal cavity के segments दिए हैं. It is from 1, 2, and 3 segments. Lies your buccal cavity of what? Muscular pharynx. अपने जैसा ही है ना? Mouth to the buccal cavity to the pharynx, pharynx to the esophagus. Doesn't it seem and sound similar? Segments बस उसके important है. So buccal cavity is 1 to 3. Pharynx is the 4th segment. Esophagus is 5 to 7. We don't have a gizzard. They have got a gizzard. जैसे हमने cockroach में देखा था gizzard. Even these will have a gizzard. 8 and 9 segments. Stomach is from 9 to 14 segment. Just like us, how we have got stomach. Stomach के बाद we have got small intestine and large intestine. They have got only one intestine, followed by the anus. Right? Yeah, cuticle will prevent the water loss. So the most important earthworm is the segments and their numbers. Yes, but that is the only thing that they ask. Only this thing. Now see, if you make a chart like this way now, then it becomes very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, है ना? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to the last intestine. It becomes very simple. You can write it down as a flow chart if you want. ठीक है? Gizzard grinds soil particles, decaying leaves, etc. जो भी उसने engulf किया है ना, उसका grinding करता है gizzard. We know gizzard is for grind. Calciferous glands present in the stomach neutralize the humic acid present in the humus. So humus is something which is partially degraded organic matter, as we call it, and it is going to produce humic acid. Now they are going to consume this humic acid because they are going to consume the soil. So what is the problem? Acid चला जाएगा, फिर कोई ना कोई उसको neutralize करने के लिए आना चाहिए. So calciferous glands जो है उनके secretions humic acid को neutralize करते हैं. A pair of short and conical intestinal CK project from the intestine on the 26th segment. See now here again they are very precise about the segment. So 26th segment पे intestinal CK present होते हैं. So can you see over here intestinal cecum? ये देखो. Okay, ये देखो. Calcium carbonates. Intestinal cecum ये दिखाई दिया बेटा? So it's going to be projecting from the 26th segment of the earth. The intestinal part between 26 to 35 segment has an internal median fold or a dorsal wall called as typhlosole. ये देखो, typhlosole दिख रहा है? ये ऐसा एक thick flap के जैसा है. It increases area for absorption. Yeah, they have in your previous year's question papers, they have asked question on typhlosole. So what exactly is typhlosole? Intestinal part between 26 to the 35th segment. An internal median fold of the dorsal wall is present, which is going to be called as typhlosole. And the reason for typhlosole is to increase the absorption area. Okay, typhlosole is an important word in earth. The organic rich soil is digested in the digestive tract by the digestive enzymes. Digested nutrients are absorbed through the intestinal membranes. Their fecal deposits are called as worm castings. They are very helpful in making the soil enriched with minerals and nutrients. Okay, their fecal matter. That's all with the digestive. Circulatory में blood vascular system होता है closed type. So they are going to have arteries, veins, capillaries, everything. So blood is going to flow through the heart and the blood vessels. It consists of blood vessels, capillaries, and heart. Contractions keep blood circulating in only one direction. Blood glands are present on the 4th, 5th, and 6th segment. They produce phagocytic blood cells, and hemoglobin, which is dissolved in blood plasma. So just like us, even they will have blood capillaries, blood vessels, heart, and through them only the blood is going to flow. Blood gland अपने में नहीं होता है, इनमें है. Okay, so the blood gland is going to be on the fifth, fourth, fifth, and sixth segment. ठीक है? These are the glands. So here you can see the dorsal vessel, the lateral hearts दिखाई दे रहे? Lateral esophageal hearts. मतलब क्या? What do you mean by that? They lie in the region of esophagus, so they are going to be called as esophageal heart. Okay, and here you can see fourth, fifth, and sixth segments. यहाँ पर they are going to be having glands. जैसे कि we have got erythrocytes बनाने के लिए अपने इधर कौन होता है? Who is the one who is responsible for making RBCs? Come on, can you all tell me? Exactly. In the same way, they have got glands. Yeah, as we have got bone marrow, they are going to have these blood glands. Nothing else. Okay. Similar. Yeah, they're going to pass. It's going to pass. Pass matlab it's going to overlay, not pierce and pass. It's going to like आगे पीछे. ठीक है. That's all about the respiratory system. Circulatory system. We come to the respiratory system. No specialized system is there as respiratory system in earthworms. Gaseous exchange occurs to the moist body surface in the bloodstream. So oxygen अंदर आ रहा है. You can see oxygen in, CO2 out. By simple diffusion. Okay, so they breathe through their skin is what we know. So this is how it's going to be simple diffusion in case of these earthworms. Okay, excretory system. Yeah, yes, Medansh, yes. Excretory system. Excretory organs are segmentally arranged tubes called as nephridia. They are of three types: septal, integumentary, and pharyngeal, depending upon their location. Okay, so here you can see septal nephridia, integumentary nephridia, and pharyngeal nephridia. Okay, got it? So septal nephridia found on both sides of the intersegmental septa, segment 15 to the last. Integumentary, sandwiched in between. So attached to the lining of the body wall from segment 3rd to the last. They open on the body surface. And pharyngeal, seen as paired tufts in 4th, 5th, and 6th segment. Can you see? Paired tufts. Tufts मतलब group है, एक ऐसा गुत्था है. Okay, so don't take too much of tension. Just remember they have got septal, integumentary, and pharyngeal. Fine. That's all with the excretory system. Nervous system. It includes segmentally arranged ganglia on the ventral paired and fused nerve cord. So nerve cord is like a ring. Okay, उसके यहाँ पर ganglions होते हैं, aggregates होते हैं, है ना? On the ventral paired and fused nerve cord, ventral side cord. Nerve cord in the anterior region divides and encircles the pharynx, तो पूरा circular बन जाएगा. It joins the cerebral ganglia dorsally to form a nerve ring, right? So in this way you can see here the word nerve ring यहाँ पर दिख रहा है. ये देखो, ये पूरा ऐसा एक ring बन गया. Okay. Light and touch sensitive receptor cells are present, but they do not have any eyes. Chemoreceptors, that is taste receptors, are going to be present. They react to the external and chemical stimuli. So उनको taste आती है soil की, जो वो decaying matter खाते हैं उसकी. Okay, so they react to chemical stimuli. So this is about the nervous system. Very easy. Any point which is not being followed, please let me know. कोई point है जो नहीं समझा है? ये देखो बेटा, segmental, ये देखो, ये जो है ना, ये सारे segmental ganglions हैं, है ना? At the ends, yeah, they only present at the ends. Yes, madam, you are right. the region is only going to be there only na, where they have to actually perform their functions of stimuli. Okay. Cockroach, yes, yes. Even they have. Yes. Then we come to the most important, जहाँ पर again one more favorite topic of the examiners, reproductive system of earthworms. तो circulatory, respiratory, nervous system पर बहुत ज़्यादा questions नहीं है, but earthworm का जो हमने वो clitera region, prostomium, peristomium, spermatic female genital pore, male genital pore, ये और ये reproductive system का ये part, ये favorite है उनका, ठीक है? How to earthworm die when we sprinkle salt on them? Any organism will die when we put salt on them because of difference in the concentrations, osmosis. Okay, पूरा squeeze out हो जाता है उनका water content. Regrow, and if they are cut in the middle, how do they detect the stimulus? They will always be, like whenever they have to, like when they cut or when they regrow, it's only, the segments that would be regrowing. So if the first half is cut, the second half will be regrowing. If the second half is cut, the first half will be regrowing. Okay, so they immediately regrow, just like how our nails are to regrow. So the remaining part of each of the half will regrow. Very, very easy. End space, yes. Their feces are useful because they are going to be containing digested. I mean, their system is going to digest all the organic matter, and they will enrich the soil with phosphates and nitrogen because they are going to vomit out and excrete out those contents. So generally, I don't know if you have heard about vermicomposting. It's a type of making compost by using earthworms. So vermicomposting is very much like, that compost is highly enriched with nutrients and minerals, especially the inorganic phosphates, nitrates, all. Yeah. Well, earthworm is a hermaphrodite. Then I had talked about earlier that both the sexes are present in the same organism. Someone had used this word, right? Of course. Male reproductive organs की सबसे पहले कहानी है testes. What's down? Does any organ bring particular part of this segment? What do you think goes to? Everything will read. They have the capacity of regeneration. Testes, just like human beings, human males, 2 pairs. Enclosed in the testes, there's going to be, the sac, which is going to extend from the 10th and 11th segment. Sperms from the testes shed into the testes sac. Then they enter seminal vesicles for maturation. So ये देखो बेटा, ये जो testes होते हैं, ये 10th and 11th segments में present है. जो spermatozoa बनेगा, they will be released into the sacs. Okay, and then they will be entering into the seminal vesicles for maturation. Mature sperms move back to the testis sac and enter the spermaducal funnels, which are connected to vasa differentia, which is also called as spermatic ducts. So just like how human males have got vasa differentia, even the earthworm will have vasa differentia. Okay, vasa differentia run up to the 18th segment where they join the prostatic duct. So even in human males, we have got the prostate gland. Here they have got the prostatic duct. Okay, the common prostate and spermatic duct open to the exterior by a pair of male genital pores. We know that the male genital pores are present on the 18th segment. Right? वो हमने पहले ही point देख लिया. So this is about the male part of that organism. Okay. Accessory glands, 2 pairs found in the 17th and 19th segment, 1 pair in each segment. Any difficulty in understanding male reproductive organ? क्या difference है? Testes है. They are going to be enclosed inside the sacs. Sperms will be released from the testes. They move to the sac. From the testes sac, they will enter into the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle में maturation होने के बाद they will again come back to the testes sac, from where they will be then liberated into the vasa differentium. ठीक है? Okay? Not exactly. Not exactly. Male genital pore. Yes. Finally, it will reach the exterior by the male genital pores. ठीक है? Male genital pores are the areas through which they will be liberated to the outside, which is going to be present on the 18th segment. Female reproductive system. See, spermatic air, we already know. 4 pairs located from 5th to 9th है वो, 6th to 9th नहीं है, 5th to 9th segments, 1 pair in each segment. They receive and store spermatozoa during copulation. So see, spermatic, even in cockroach we had seen this word spermatic. Correct? Here also the same thing is going to be present, similar thing, which will receive and store the spermatozoa during copulation. Paired ovaries, just like human females, attached to the intersegmental septum of the 12th and 13th segment. Ovarian funnels present beneath the ovarian or beneath the ovaries, which continue into the ovida, join and open on the ventral side by a single median female genital pore. We know where it is present, 14th segment. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पर देखो, ये जो है यहाँ पर ओवेरियन फनल दिखाई दे रहा है, ये ओवरी दिखाई दे रहा है आपको, करेक्ट? राइट? दिस इज द स्पर्मेटोफोर, जहाँ पर storage of spermatozoa. As I said, it is a hermaphrodite, so they have testes, sac with testes, spermatophil funnels, seminal vesicle, vas deferens, accessory glands, common prostatic and spermatic duct. This is your prostate. Okay, clear about it? So 14th and 18th ये याद रखना ही पड़ेगा. How many segment earthworms have? First to 30th are the important ones. Yes, this. During mating, two worms exchange sperms with each other. They mate juxtaposing opposite gonadal openings, exchanging spermatophores. Okay, you know that they, even in cockroach we have seen that they are going to be glued together, the spermatozoa, to form packets, and वो packets के packets exchange हो जाते हैं. Right? So this is called as juxtapositioning. So they are going to lie, like opposite to each other in this fashion. ये मेरा हाथ अगर ऐसा है तो दूसरा ऐसा है, इसको हम कहते हैं juxtapositioning. This is my this thumb, this is my this. This is called as juxtapositioning. Okay. Mature sperm, ova, and nutritive fluid are deposited in cocoons produced by the gland cells of clitellum. Cocoon with fertilized ova slips off and deposits in the soil. After 3 weeks, cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms. Okay, so this is how the fertilization is going to be, like taking place. And after 3 weeks, so the gestational period of the year is 3 weeks. Okay, so they may produce 2 to 20 baby worms. There is no larval stage. So we say that the development is direct. Animal kingdom में देखा है कि हम कहते हैं कि direct development, so no larval stage. Got it? How the reproductive system has been explained. As I said, ज़्यादा टेंशन नहीं लेना इसको एकदम वर्ड टू वर्ड रट्टा मारो वाला पॉइंट नहीं है इसमें. अगर बाय चांस कोई क्वेश्चन आता है तो you should have at least little bit of idea about the organism. So clitellum, postclitellum, preclitellum, prostomium, peristomium, 14th and 18th genital pores, मेल कहाँ पे, फीमेल कहाँ पे, स्पर्मेटिका कहाँ पे, स्पर्मेटिका का रोल क्या है ना, कितना गेस्टेशनल पीरियड है, करेक्ट, और कितने बेबी वर्म्स पैदा हो सकते हैं, करेक्ट. These are some important and regularly frequently asked questions. टेंशन नहीं लेना आपको. Correct? Why can't the sperms fertilize? They are over. How will they reach there? 14th and 18th segment ऐसा है कि वो एक साथ आ ही नहीं सकते, ओवरलैप नहीं हो सकते हैं. Correct? It's impossible. And they are two different ducts altogether. So they cannot come together and fertilize itself. Okay? Cocoon is formed by the clitellum. एक glands होते हैं clitellum में हमने देखा था. So that gland is going to produce a cocoon. ठीक है? Why do they exchange? They have to now. Otherwise, how can the fertilization take place? How can their progeny develop? They have to. The cocoon comes out after juxtaposing. Yeah, they want to be laid outside. After copulation has been done. Okay? Okay. Then we come to economic importance. Earthworms are known as the friends of farmers because they make burrows in soil and make it porous. It helps in respiration and penetration of the plant roots. This process of increasing fertility of soil is called as vermicomposting. They are used as bait in game fishing. Bait मतलब fish को पकड़ने के लिए हम लोग उनको खाने के जैसे यूज करते हैं. So fish come to eat the earthworms. They catch hold of the fish. Okay. Yeah, see, they do have, and they even have got closed circulatory system. Right. This is also a very important feature. ये इसको हुक पे डाल दिया है अर्थवर्म को और फिश उसको अट्रैक्ट हो गया. ये वर्मिकम्पोस्ट है. Okay, that's all about the earthworm. Is it difficult about the earthworm? कितना सिंपल है ना. तो जैसे मैंने बताया कि कीवर्ड्स याद कर लेना बेटा, कौन से सेगमेंट में क्या है यही सबसे ज्यादा पूछेंगे. They won't ask you too much. Numbers and names, yes. No, they are different. They are different, Vaishnavi. They are different. Okay, they are not the same. Okay, so that's it with your earthworm. I hope you all have understood what is earthworm. अगर earthworm तुम्हें कैसा लगा, easy लगा कि difficult लगा, बोलो. It's quite easy ना. उससे भी easy frog है. ये earthworm से भी easy frog है. Cockroach से भी easy frog है. Because frog के systems और अपने systems जो है ना, human systems जो है ना, they are much resembling each other. Very much resemble each other. Very much. So it's all the more easy. Okay, and as I said again, you don't have to go into too much details of the frog as well. ठीक है? So देख ले frog के बारे में भी. चलो, fine. So now we talk about the. I'll come to it. So now we talk about the frog. Yes. So morphology and anatomy of the frog. Okay. Phylum Chordata. You know these are chordates now. Class Amphibia. Genus Rana. Species Tigrina. This is the systemic position of frog. Rana tigrina is the most common species in India. They are poikilotherms, cold-blooded. These are the things that we have seen in animal kingdom. They can change color to hide them from their enemies, जिसको हम camouflaging कहते हैं. This protective coloration is also called as mimicry. Okay, so they mimic the surrounding color, जिसको हम crypto color भी कहते हैं. Okay, during summer and winter, they undergo aestivation and hibernation, respectively, to protect them from extreme heat and cold. So, what is summer sleep? Aestivation. What is winter sleep? Hibernation. So, aestivation and hibernation, okay, frogs will always undergo, but they'll come out during the rainy season. Fine. So, बाकी देखो, बस 4 महीने का काम है, 8 महीने सोते रहते हैं. ऊपर वाले से प्लीज ये मत कहना कि अगले जन्म में हमें फ्रॉग बनाओ. 8 महीने सोने को मिलेगा। हाँ, ऐसे तो नहीं बोलोगे ना, डोंट डू दैट। आई नो तुम लोग की नींद कभी खत्म नहीं होती है, राइट? कितने भी सोएंगे फिर भी तुम्हें नींद आती ही रहती है, सुबह शाम दोपहर में रात को। हाँ, जब खुद के मन के और खुद के मर्जी के काम करते हो तो नहीं आती है, राइट ना? गेम्स खेलते हो मोबाइल पे तो नहीं आती है। Yes, that is also a very good one, Krishna. Yeah, so they are going to be undergoing estivation and hibernation. दोनों नाम याद रखने पड़ेंगे आपको, ठीक है? Okay. Look at the morphology. Body is divisible into head and trunk. Neck and tail are absent. So generally, amphibians have got head, neck, and trunk. But here the neck is highly reduced, so almost it is absent. Skin is moist, smooth, and slippery due to the mucus. See, these are the things which we have seen in animal kingdom as well. So I don't think it's going to be so difficult to remember all these points. Color of the dorsal side is olive green with dark irregular spots, and the ventral side is pale yellowish. तो थोड़ा सा कलर डिफरेंस भी आपको क्लियरली दिखाई देगा अगर आपने फ्रॉग को अच्छी तरह से देखा है तो। The frog never drinks water but absorbs it through the skin. Most important point. Never ever will it drink water. हाँ? रेनी सीजन में ही बाहर आता है, इतना पानी आजू बाजू में होता है लेकिन पीता नहीं है. It will only absorb it with its skin. Okay. Yes, 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 Krishna. Yes, better. Yes. A mouth, paired nostrils, and bulged eyes, which are covered by nictitating membrane, are present. So here you can see very clearly the mouth is present, paired nostrils are present, bulged eyes are present, which are covered by a nictitating membrane. They are covered by nictitating membrane. Right? Got it? On the either side of the eyes, they have a membranous tympanum. So they don't have a true nictitating membrane. Even we have got nictitating membranes, but it's reduced. जिसको हम third eye कहते थे. पहले के ज़माने में nictitating membranes को हम third eye कहते थे. अभी अपने इधर वो ये है reduced है, reduced. हमारे पास eyelids होती है ना बेटा, frog के पास eyelids नहीं होती है. तो ऐसे एक reduced थिक मेम्ब्रेन जैसे प्रेजेंट होती है जिसको nictitating membrane कहा जाता है. Okay, so it will not cover actually, like a shutter like thing here, just like a shutter. Okay, so they don't have 2 ears, they have got tympanum. Okay, forelimbs, हाँ, forelimbs 4 है, hind limbs 5 digits होते हैं. So forelimbs में you can count actually. See, these are going to be 4 and these are going to be 5. Hind limbs पे 5 digits है, forelimbs पे 4 digits है. Hind limbs are larger. Sorry, they help in swimming, walking, leaping, and burrowing. Hind limbs are larger and muscular than the forelimbs. Okay. Feet have webbed digits that help in swimming. Webbed digits समझते हो तुम? ऐसे मैंने वो डायग्राम दिखाया था एनिमल किंगडम में. 4 digits के बीच में ऐसा एक पतला सा फ्लैप होता है. That is called as webs. Web digits. Yes. Duck type. Yes, correct. Frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. So you can make out female frog and male frog. Male frogs have sound producing vocal sac and also have a copulatory pad, जिसको हम nuptial pad कहते हैं, on the first digit of the forelimb, which are absent in female frogs. Now, this is a characteristic feature which you all should know and remember. Questions आएंगे इसके ऊपर अगर उनको पूछना है एक्सटर्नल तो, बिकॉज ये पॉइंट ऐसा है ना जो यूनिक फीचर है. ओके, तो ये जो है ये फोरलिम्ब है. फोरलिम्ब में उसके पास 4 डिजिट्स होते हैं. 4 डिजिट के फर्स्ट डिजिट जो है ना, फर्स्ट डिजिट है ना, ये फर्स्ट डिजिट के बेस पे देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ कॉपुलेटरी पैड जिसको हम नप्चुअल पैड कहते हैं. ये याद रखना है. ये important point है. This is only present in males. I'll tell you the function. आगे आएगा. Reproduction phase में उसका function आएगा. Okay. That's the morphology. Then we come to the digestive system. Consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. Don't you think even our alimentary system, our digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands? Even the frog will be having the same thing. Alimentary canal and digestive glands. Okay? Alimentary canal is short because frogs are carnivores and hence the length of the intestine is reduced. Okay? Look at the root. Mouth to the buccal cavity to the pharynx. Same ना अपने जैसा ही है कि नहीं? Pharynx to the esophagus to the stomach to the intestine to rectum. अपना जाता है rectum to anus. They'll be having cloaca. That's the only difference. Otherwise, the root is the same. Right? This is the alimentary canal का path. Digestive glands कौन से है देखो? Liver secretes bile that is stored in gallbladder. Isn't it like humans? Digestive system in humans किया है कि नहीं? तो उसमें same है ना? Liver will secrete bile which will be stored in gallbladder. Correct? Pancreas produces pancreatic juice containing digestive enzymes. Don't you think just like human beings? Pancreas want to produce what? Pancreatic juices. Pancreatic juices will contain digestive enzymes. So we also know that we have got different types of digestive enzymes, of course, which are inactive initially. Correct? Food is captured by the bilobe tongue. हाँ, ये अपने जैसा नहीं है. हाँ, वो लोग उनका टंग बाहर ऐसा प्रोपेल करते हैं. ये देखो, ये bilobe tongue मतलब इसमें वो have और furrow over here. एक बीच में ऐसा कट होता है. So this is called as a bilobe tongue. Okay, so they'll propel their tongue outside and they'll gulp down the insect. Yes, exactly. See, here you can see it very clearly. ये दिख रहा है आपको? Bilobe tongue यहाँ पर. ये diagrammatic है. ये तो actual में. This is the true one. Okay. Well, so, can anyone answer this question? If one is carnivorous, why do they have a short alimentary canal? कोई बताएगा मुझे इसका answer? What could be the reason that carnivores will have a short alimentary canal? Come on. No, it's never going to eat grass. It's a pure carnivore. It's only going to survive on insects. Why does not it require a normal alimentary canal? उसका ये short क्यों है? See, Vaishnavi, you are only asking, you are only giving the answer. Very right. Very right. Okay. All digestion entirely, let it be any carbohydrate, fats, proteins, जो भी है ना, everything is going to be digested in the stomach itself. Okay. उसके intestine का बहुत ज़्यादा role है. Okay. Yeah. So food is going to be captured by bilobe tongue. Digestion, just like humans are. See, gastric juice and hydrochloric acid is secreted from the gastric wall. You remember chief cells, oxyntic cells? कुछ सुना सा लग रहा है? कभी सुना है आपके लाइफ में आपने ये नाम? सुने ये नाम? Chief cells and all, oxyntic cells, chief cells, ऐसा कुछ सुना है? कि नहीं सुना कभी भी? Yeah, exactly. Stomach में होते हैं 3 types के cells and 3 types of secretions: mucus, pepsinogen, and HCl. I mean, this should come to your mind immediately. Yeah. So gastric juices, hydrochloric acid secreted from the gastric wall would digest the food. The partially digested food called as the chyme. हमारे में भी तो chyme ही होता है ना? Is passed from the stomach to the duodenum, just like human beings. Duodenum receives bile and pancreatic juices to the common bile duct. नहीं लग रहा है कि हमारा ही हम लोग वापस पढ़ रहे? Even we have got the common bile duct ना, one coming from the gallbladder, cystic duct, one coming from the liver, hepatic duct, and collectively we call it as what? Common bile duct. and common bile duct and the pancreatic duct will open into the duodenum, exactly like human beings. Correct? We also know what is the function of bile. Bile emulsifies fats. Pancreatic juices will digest carbohydrates and proteins. तो ये reactions आपको याद है क्या? I don't know अगर आपको याद है. Something called as proteins, peptose, and protease in the presence of, याद है, to make dipeptides, trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidases, ये सब कुछ अभी थोड़ा बेटा try to get it done again and again. सुना सुना कुछ नहीं, पूरा पक्का आना चाहिए. It should be 100% fit pat by now. Digestive system is very important. Humans की भी. Well, digestion completes in the intestine just the way it happens in us. Finger-like villi and microvilli in the intestine absorb digested food exactly like humans. Undigested solid would move out into the rectum. For us, it first passes into the large intestine, eventually reaching the rectum and passes out through the cloaca. In human beings, it passes out through the anus. That's it. Is it difficult? कितना simple और कितना easy है देखो. Same human beings के जैसा ही है, कुछ different नहीं है. Yeah, they are related. Yes. Look at the respiratory system. Try to find out if it is also similar or is it something different. Skin acts as aquatic respiratory organ, जिसको हम cutaneous respiration कहते हैं. So whenever the frog is going to be present inside the water bodies, that time the skin will act as respiratory organ. Okay? Dissolved oxygen in the water is exchanged to the skin by diffusion. Simple diffusion. During aestivation and hibernation, respiration takes place through the skin. So practically there will be sleeping bolte hain hum log. So without any activity, they would just lay down over there. So that time diffusion of gases would take place as it was taking place in Earthworm. On land means when they are active, the buccal cavity, skin and lungs act as a respiratory organ. So they have got lungs also. Okay, so उनके पास 3 organs होते हैं respiration के लिए. Buccal cavity तो है, skin है plus buccal cavity plus lungs. So they also have got pulmonary respiration. Yeah, pulmonary respiration is very much similar to humans. Lungs are a pair of elongated, pink-colored, sac-like structures present in the thorax. Same definition है अपना भी. Air enters through the nostrils, which will reach the buccal cavity, which will then reach the lungs. Correct? Same pathway. Circulatory system, closed type, just like we all have got. It will include blood vascular system, that is heart, blood vessels and blood. It also includes lymphatic system, that is lymph channels and lymph nodes. Don't you think even we have got the same system, blood vascular system and lymphatics, right? Aestivation means summer sleep. Hibernation means winter sleep. Heart is 3-chambered. This is a bit of difference. Human heart is 4-chambered. Correct? We are going to have 2 aorta, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. They are going to have 2 atria and 1 ventricle. Okay. So ultimately क्या है? Ventricle में है ना, oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood का mixing होने ही वाला है. एक ही ventricle है वहाँ. The heart is covered by a membrane called as pericardium. हमारा भी heart is covered by what? Pericardium. Same, right? इसलिए मैंने बोला बेटा कि फ्रॉग तो बिल्कुल सिमिलर टू ह्यूमन बीइंग्स है, तो इसमें ज्यादा टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. A triangular structure called as sinus venosus. ये फेवरेट वर्ड है बेटा, फेवरेट वर्ड है ये वाला पॉइंट. A triangular structure called as sinus venosus joins the right atrium. Sinus venosus receives blood through major veins, that is your vena cava. Can you all tell me अपना superior और inferior vena cava कौन से पार्ट में deoxygenated blood pour करता है. Very good, very good, very good. Yes. So here also see, here also the same thing ना, right atrium में ही जा रहा है ना बेटा ये. But instead of calling it as superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, what they call it as sinus venosus. ठीक है? Yes. So it's going to open up into the right atrium. The ventricle opens into a sac-like conus arteriosus on the ventral side of the heart. Conus arteriosus. So you can see over here in this diagram, ये ventricle है, correct? This is the ventricle, which is a single unit. Okay, and this is going to be your right and left and right atrium. Okay, ये cone-like structure है. इधर जो उस blood को लेके जाएगा arteriosus में. ठीक है. Blood pumped from the muscular heart is carried to all body parts by the arteries, just like us, arterial system. Veins collect blood from different parts of the body, bring it to the heart from venous system. So veins हमारे सारे इकट्ठा आकर vena cavas में empty out होते हैं ना, which will carry what? Deoxygenated blood. Same like us. Yeah. Otherwise the system is same like us. Do we have hepatic portal system? हमारे पास होता है क्या hepatic portal system? सुना है कभी ये word hepatic portal system in humans? Do we have? Don't we have? Yes, exactly. Even we have got this hepatic portal systems. Same like as even the frogs are going to have, see, hepatic portal system, venous connection between liver and intestine. That is only called as hepatic, right? Yes, correct. And we also have renal portal system, that is from kidney and lower parts of the body are seen in frogs. तो ये नाम याद रखने हैं, hepatic portal system, renal portal system. Okay, blood contains what all things? Plasma, cells, that is RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. Even we have got the same thing. RBCs are nucleated and contain hemoglobin. Our RBCs are enucleated but contain hemoglobin. ठीक है? No. Blood transports nutrients, gases, and water to different tissues. That's all with your circulatory system of flow. Excretory system देखो बेटा. It includes kidneys, ureter, cloaca, urinary bladder. We don't have cloaca. Kidneys are dark red and bean shaped, found posteriorly in the body cavity on both sides of the vertebral column. Each kidney is formed of uriniferous tubules, which are called as nephrons. Two ureters emerge from the kidney. ठीक है? Same है ना? What is your doubt? We require a lot of oxygen for production of ATP. They go and sleep. 8 महीना सोते हैं, इसलिए उनका चल जाता है. ठीक है? Then, in male frog, the ureters act as urinogenital duct which open into the cloaca. Okay. In females, ureters and oviduct open separately in the cloaca. Fine. The thin wall urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum, which also opens in the cloaca. Yeah, it is. Yeah. In case of frog, both are going to be same. Frog is ureotelic. It excretes urea. Nitrogenous wastes are carried by blood into the kidney where it is separated and excreted. What are we? हम क्या excrete करते हैं? What do we excrete? What are we? We are ureotelic, uricotelic, or ammonotelic. What are we? So again, this point matches with us, na? Right? Yeah, so see, so many points are common between frog and man. बराबर. कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन जैसे अपना है वैसे उनके पास है क्या? देखो, endocrine system of cockroach, the endocrine glands secrete hormones. What all endocrine glands do they have? Pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal body, pancreatic islets, adrenals, gonads. Don't you think even we have got all these? Even frog has got all these. See? Yes, yes, yes. That was the reason we had dissection of frog as well. That's what I said. Luckily or unluckily, you all don't have the dissections. So frog का जो system है और अपना जो system है वो बहुत ज़्यादा similar है, बहुत ज़्यादा. Yeah, yeah. See, all these things are present in that small frog. Look at the nervous system. Is it like us? Nervous system includes CNS, brain and spinal cord. PNS, cranial and spinal nerves. ANS, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Don't you think it's the same? There are 10 pairs of cranial nerves arising from the brain. हमारे पास कितने cranial nerves होते हैं? बोलो. Just tell me the number. How many pairs of cranial nerves arise from our brain? Sadhika is right. Chalo, others. Yes, Kanak, you are also right, beta. Come on, I want quick answers. Very good, Bhumi. Yes, Palak. Good. Right answers. Others. Good morning. Good morning, सबका. फटाफट answers चाहिए मुझे. How many pairs of cranial nerves arise from our brain? Good, Sanika. Yes, Medansh. Correct. Jaya, correct. Krishna, correct. Come on, quickly. Yes, Diya. Correct. Good, Arpita. Right answer. अरे इतने लोग हो तुम लोग और मुझे बस 10-12 आंसर्स क्यों मिल रहे हैं भाई? हाँ, बाकी की जनता किधर सो रही है? I'm not asking you the names of the 12. At least you should tell me the number. Names भी करने हैं लेकिन. Yes, 12 cranial nerves हमारे में होते हैं pairs. इनमें 10 होते हैं. Brain is enclosed in a bony box called as cranium. देखो कितना सिमिलर है अपने जैसा. Nervous system भी. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. हमारे भी ऐसे होते हैं. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain will include olfactory lobes, cerebral hemispheres, and unpaired diencephalon. I think ये आपका ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी का रिवीजन हो रहा है ऐसे मुझे पर्सनली लग रहा है. Midbrain includes optic lobes, right? Hindbrain includes cerebellum, medulla. Pons नहीं होता है उनमें. We have got pons. Correct? Medulla oblongata passes out through a foramen magnum. याद है हमने अपना ब्रेन का जब स्टडी किया था तो हमारे में भी foramen magnum ये वर्ड मैंने यूज किया था. So even they are going to have this foramen magnum and continues into a spinal cord just like us, which is enclosed in the vertebral column just like us. Isn't it so much similar to us? See? Nervous system. सेंस ऑर्गन्स देखो, ये वाला डायग्राम में टंग, बाइफिड टंग बहुत अच्छी तरह से दिख रही है. Yes, so sensory organs include organs of sensory papillae for touch, taste buds for taste, nasal epithelium for smell, simple eyes for vision. They don't have compound eyes. Cockroaches were having compound eyes. Earthworm were having no eyes, and frogs are having simple eyes. Okay. For vision, paired and situated in the orbits. Tympanum with internal ears for hearing and balancing. Okay. Yeah, what's your orbita? Why they banned dissecting a frog? You animal right people have got issues with harming the animals, so it's now completely banned. Okay. Anyways, let's not talk something which will create problems with respect to people who eat frogs. Yes, so people eat frogs, of course. Frog may die after a dissection. Yes. What was the overall, like when we used to cut the frog? It was a challenge that was given to us that they used to, like be injected with anesthesia, and before they come back out of that anesthetic effect, now after cutting, we had to again put sutures and make them alive. I mean, keep them alive. But many a times, like इतना टाइम लेते थे ना बच्चे वो डाइसेक्शन करने के लिए और फिर उसको सूचर्स डालने के लिए कि बहुत बार वो फ्रॉग्स पहले ही होश में आके बेचारे मर जाते थे मेरा हाँ ऑलवेज आई वाज लाइक आई लव दिस dissections and sutures and all these things were like my forte. I was very good at doing all this. No, no, thank you. Yeah, so tympanum जो है बेटा, it's an internal ear. It's going to be the external part with internal ears, and it's an organ of hearing and balancing. Just like our ear is also going to be having two functions, na? Hearing and balancing. Okay. Then we come to the reproductive system. I wanted to, Rebecca. I wanted to, but somehow, the time was not permitting. So let us go ahead with the reproductive system of the frog. Again, as I always say, these are the things which are asked also frequently. And secondly, you know what? These are the things which are easy also to remember. Just like humans. See, male reproductive organ consists of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes, which are found adhered to the upper part of the kidney by a double fold of peritoneum, which is called as mesorchium. आपको ये word याद है? Mesorchium. हमने भी किया था. Human male reproductive system. Vas efferentia, 10 to 12 in numbers, arise from the testes. याद है? In human males also, the seminiferous tubules were coming out to form retetestes, which was projecting outwards as vasa efferentia. So they entered, but हमारा थोड़ा सा difference है. इधर difference देखो क्या हो. The vasa efferentia enter the kidneys on their sides and open into Bidder's canal, a very important point to remember. They are going to have a canal called as Bidder's canal, not inguinal canal. अपना inguinal canal था, इनका Bidder's canal. It communicates with the urinogenital duct that comes out of the kidney and is open into the cloaca. Cloaca is a small median chamber that is used to pass the fecal matter, urine, and sperms to the exteriors. So, like in human beings, we have got, this differences. In frogs, all the three are going to be passed out to the same opening, that is cloaca. Got it? So this is one of the major differences. ये vast difference देखो. यहाँ पर हमने mark किया. Female reproductive organ, it includes a pair of ovaries. The ovaries are situated near the kidneys and there is no functional connection with kidneys. So they are near the kidneys but nothing to do with the kidneys. Okay. A pair of oviduct arising from the ovaries opens into the cloaca separately. So even the female is going to, discharge her mature, ova through the cloaca only. The fertilization is external, correct? So a mature female can lay 2,500 to 3,000 ova at a time. Look at it. 2,500 to 3,000. Yes, Sanika. You're right. Okay. Fertilization is external, which takes place in water. So here you can see that these are the eggs which are laid. This is the embryo development. The development involves a larval stage called as tadpole. ये देखो, ये tadpole है. It undergoes metamorphosis to form an adult. Metamorphosis का मतलब है change, continuous change, and from one form to another. Ultimately, you can see a tadpole over here without any legs, tadpole with 2 legs, tadpole with 4 legs, and ultimately you can see the tail is chopped off. And mature adult frog is developed. Indirect development. Yeah, drastic changes. Correct. Right? So this is external fertilization by example. What is the economic importance, beta? See, they eat insects, they protect the crop. Look at it. कितना बड़ा टंग बाहर निकाला है देखो इसने. They maintain the ecological balance by serving as an important link of food chain and food web in the ecosystem. In some countries, the muscular legs of frog are used as food. That's what I said. People eat frogs, especially the legs are delicacies considered by the people who eat frog. Okay, so that's all with your earthworm as well. So we have completed with the entire chapter of structural organization in animals with tissue and 3 organisms, that is cockroach, earthworm and frog. Okay? Yeah, ecologically important mean why we have to think over there for their existence. Okay? So we have completed with 1 more chapter entirely, and I know the lecture is still 6 o'clock, but I won't trouble you. I'll start the new chapter in the next session. I'll go ahead with the new chapter. I'll declare which is the chapter that will go ahead online. Okay, my dears? Yeah. Fine. So all the best for those who are giving their college exams. All the best to those who are genuinely studying. And all the best to all of you all. Please plan to study now. Okay. Bye. See you. Do we have that this Sunday? No, that you confirm with Preeti ma'am or something. Okay? Bye.